And then I got scammed there, which was very
Oh, I love scams. You got to tell me what you got scammed on.
well.
This currency exchange, right?
This currency exchange, they got me good with that one. So you're looking for the best deal, right, in town. You try because you have all this money, American money or Canadian money or whatever it is, and you're trying to exchange it. So you see the signs, and you're like, okay, that's a good exchange, right? You go to them, and they give you the money, but they count it in front of them, and then they give you the money. Everything's supposed to be fine, but then you count the money, and then you realize, oh wait, this is less than what I gave you, what it's supposed to be. So they say, oh no, don't worry about it. So they count it again and do it in front of you, and then you give it to them, and then you're just like, all right, fine, no problem. This is it. You go home and you count the money again. And you realize they scammed you twice. They stole it from the first time, and they stole more from you the second time.
Did you go back?
In my mind, I was going to blow this place up.
You were like wearing like a tank top. You got like a 2x4. You're the Rock.
Yeah, 100%. I was on a John Wick vendetta here for the $20 you stole from me. But I got over it really quickly. I forgot about it and like you just moved on with your life. Because you start scrolling on the internet and trying to figure out what's going on here, and they're like, listen, it's just a rite of passage. If you're traveling, you're gonna get scammed.
Yeah.
And so all of my vengeful ideas just washed away because I'm like,
I thought you got distracted, like you Googled it, and then you're like suddenly like 7 hours.
Yeah, my ADHD really kicked in. I was like, well, what are you gonna do?
Shit.
What am I gonna drive back there? And
Scoot back the number one. They do it in the airport. Every airport has that. Like, I don't know if you've seen it. That blue, white, and dark blue foreign exchange stall, and that will rip you off. And then from there, if you exchange anything from other than like your own bank's ATM,
right,
you're gonna get ripped off. Hot tip to anybody where you're in a foreign country and it says, do you accept the exchange rate? Say no. Always say no. You will still get your money out. But you're just not accepting a secondary
because then your credit card's going to charge you and they're going to charge.
Exactly. It's going to do it twice. So you don't have to accept that extra bank exchange.
Sounds like you've been scammed once before.
That's what happened in Edmonton, right?
Yeah.
It's a bank fee?
Well, yeah, and I lost $180. No. But like, because one time I did it, and I'm like, this is way too much. And I said no, and then it gave me out my money anyway. I was like, what? So don't. And then I found out that's a thing. Always say no. You don't accept the exchange rate.
Yeah. I don't want to paint those people as scammers because like everybody scams. Everything's scams.
Oh, yeah. North America invented scamming. Oh. Speaking of, because Darcy, you got to tell a projector story.
You got a good scam?
It's not a good scam, just like...
You got scammed.
Oh, I get scammed. I was recently scammed.
Easily tricked is what you're saying.
Easily, very gullible. I was working outside and it was in the wintertime and I'm just mad because they took advantage. They must have seen me and gone, this guy'll do it. I was scraping a window in the dead of winter and it took me like a whole week to scrape this window because it was so cold. And I happened to break a couple windows. And these guys came by in like this really nice truck. I'm like, hey man,
you want to buy some stuff off a fallen
yeah. It was like they were like
truck.
They looked like decent enough. They were like in like nice shirts. Like they look like Radio Shack employees, and they're like, "Hey man, we just went."
They're wearing Radio Shack outfits,
and we did this.
It's a bankrupt company.
We did this
install. Not a red flag.
It was. And they're like, "Hey man, we just did this install," and then they said like this stuff didn't fit, or like this was extra. Or we bought this around. I should have been like, "No, shut up." But they're like, I looked in the van. They had the boxes. They had the stickers on them that they fake some MSRP, like $2,000 for this, $1,500 for this. They're like, yeah, man, and like we don't like our boss. And at the time, I was like, I didn't really like my boss.
You're like, I don't like my boss.
And that was it. That was like the thread. And I was like, oh yeah, you guys seem like. And I was just like, I want to support these people who are like, yeah, you guys. They're like, this is extra, and we want to make some cash. And I'm like, I would do the same thing.
Right.
And I was like, all right, you guys are on. Exactly. I was like, I wish that was you guys. Sweet. And
so you bought this projector off of them?
So how much? Wait, but they came up to you and they
they let me look at the boxes with the prices, and it was crazy. I was like, oh, this is good quality, but and they're like, we'll give it to you for this, and I was like, I haggled a little bit.
Didn't they say how much would you pay for this?
I think they probably said that.
So that you set your own price.
Yeah, and I was like, and they were like, how much would you? But I think
but you gotta say so.
That was exactly
right. Yeah, and then they were like, "Well, Ian's done this job.
Like this is my old.
These were Ian's guys." Yeah. And then I probably said something. I was like, oh yeah, it's probably worth this. And they're like, yeah, okay, we could do that. And I was like, and I even haggled.
But you gotta say how much you spent.
I was like, well, of course I will. I was like, Yeah, it was crazy. And then I bargained with him, and I got it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting such a good deal on this. He's like,
You convinced yourself it was a good deal. You're like, hey, I'm getting a steal. I'm scamming them.
I hate my boss.
You guys don't know how much I'm scamming you right now. off of this.
exactly. And in hindsight, I was like, this is such a good deal. Let me text a couple of my friends because they
Wait, you didn't say how much you paid for it yet.
not yet. And I was like, they'll want in on this.
Oh yeah, you were
And
doing
they were
work
like-
for them. You started marketing the sales.
And they
page.
were
Pyramid
like,
scheme
and they were
already.
like, yeah, or somehow I was like, and I should have known at this point. And I was like, let me text some friends. They're like, no, you just like, we're gonna go and sell more of this stuff. Like, we don't have time for your whatever. And I was like, and then this guy followed me to the bank, and I was like, hey, do you guys? I was probably like, hey, do you guys take credit or whatever? He's like, no, cash only. I was like, it was really dumb. So then I was like, I went to the bank.
You followed
and I
the bank with these guys.
got this out, and I was like, I remember sitting with the girl, the teller, and I was like, yeah, I just want this, and this guy's standing behind me. I was like, and in hindsight, I was like, oh, that's fucking crazy.
I did
And
that exact
what
same thing with a stereo system, and it sounds like it's the same
It's
fucking
the
guy.
same
But you gave him
guy.
like $1,000.
White
I
van.
gave him 800 white van, 850 bucks.
Did he take a picture of
It's
you?
actually called the white van scam. If you Google
Yes,
it, it's called the white
it was
van
the
scam.
same guy.
gotta-
It was the same fucking exact guy. Did he take a picture of you?
No.
Wait,
He didn't take a
Why
picture of
did
me
he-
because
Why
I was
did he
such
take a
an
picture of you?
eager fool that he's like,
take off your shirt.
this guy's wild. Or he thought like, I think they do it so it's like if
We
this
got
guy,
blackmail.
if they see you ever again,
Don't
that
tell
they
this
know that like
You're a
this
sucker.
guy's going to get revenge. Or
Oh, if
something.
I
I thought
ever
it was like
see
you're a
that guy.
sucker.
Yeah, no. I think it's that. I think it's also a sucker, but it's like to keep this in your database of like if people try to get you back.
The scammer
whatever.
database.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why,
but
okay, so
no,
wait. I don't understand. So, you open the box, you pay the $1,000
Yeah.
or
No,
whatever.
I
it
think
was,
I paid at least $850 for this thing, and then I was like so excited. I put it in my car, and it was like a sound bar, it was a projector, it was like three things. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was the whole
oh,
kit
shit,
caboodle.
I was
You
like,
were
oh.
laughing.
I was like,
Yeah.
once we get home, theater system.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
heavy. It was good
So I
weight.
got
to it,
home
too.
and I was like,
Yeah.
Ian, check this out. I bought all this, and then Ian is a pretty smart guy. He's like dissected the whole thing. He's like, so wait, you bought this off this guy, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I showed you the sticker. It says like $2,200
Yeah.
MSRP on this fucking
Yep.
projector. And then of course Ian's like, he Googled it right away. He's like, this is worth $150. I was like,
Yeah, the look on your face was so like
Man.
crestfallen. I was like being like knowing that you would just.
I still got it. It's in my closet.
And then I remember when you plugged it in, hoping you're like, well, at least it's HD or 4K.
Yeah,
and then you
fucking
plugged it in, and it looked
sucks.
like shit.
Looks
Obviously,
like
it's $150.
I was with my friend, one of my good friends at the
Gary
time,
V.
who no, yeah, Gary V, and he also bought the thing because we were together. We both ran to the bank like fucking idiots.
You pushed him all the way.
Yeah. No, it's mine.
I don't accept the
buy
fees.
both of them. Yeah, we both bought this system, and then he because I didn't want to have anything to do with it after, but he kept it forever because he's like, yeah, I actually like it. He had such a positive attitude
You
about it.
gotta
He's like, yeah, I
convince
got
yourself.
scammed, but I'm gonna use it, and he used it. I think he's using it to this day.
How quickly, he's listening to this podcast on it right now.
Perfect.
How
So-
quickly did you know the scam? Like similar to Darcy? When
I
you
got home immediately. I knew. I was just like,
had
one
a
second,
feeling in
none
your
of
gut?
this feels right, and I instantly looked it up because I'm like the website because I did look it up on the website, but it was so brief, and the guy obviously created a sense of urgency, and so I looked it up, opened it up, and I'm like, oh, it seems real. Got my money out, paid him, and I got home, and I knew on the way home I knew I was.
What was the setup? Because this guy got
Did
me.
you
I was
also hate your
scraping
boss?
windows. I was having the shittiest day.
I was on King Street.
yeah.
And it was like King and it doesn't matter, King Street, and
King and what? You
Yeah,
said
yeah.
this was 15 years ago?
yeah, and he had his van. He's like, hey guys, hey, like I'm so sorry, this is so weird, but my van, like I've done all my pickups and I've still got this extra stuff, and like this is expensive stuff, and like I don't know if you want it, blah blah blah.
That's
And,
it.
Yeah,
That's it.
It's a white van scam, and it was exactly it. It went around Toronto for a little while. This guy got away with it, and I think he took pictures so that if he ever run into these people again, he knows don't.
Don't, bro.
He's just got like so many Polaroids in his van.
Yeah.
You got
This
you on
guy's
the wall
gullible.
of
This
shame.
guy's gullible. This guy's gullible. So I'm not sure I quite understand the scam. So they just showed you the price that people are paying, like allegedly, and you're just like, I'll give
They
you
have
less
this,
than
they
that.
have
That's
this
it.
stuff in the
But like they
back.
still give you the thing that you were that you were paying for.
You just overpay for it.
You just overpay for it.
And it's a fake thing.
Yeah.
It's not a real thing.
Oh, it's just like a knockoff type
Yeah.
deal. You're not getting like a 42-inch television. You're getting like
An
a
AliExpress television.
Yeah.
Like it's a company. It's
The
not Sony,
lowest
yeah.
level.
Right.
Something that you can plug in and a light will glow.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Drip Relax? Yeah, I know this brand.
Yeah.
I had a friend he got scammed doing something a little bit more nefarious. He had a friend who worked at Future Shop, where like a guy he knew who said he was going to be selling MacBooks.
R.I.P. Future Shop. Doesn't exist.
R.I.P. Future Shop got bought by Best Buy.
God bless.
Know the future.
But he essentially, the guy was like, "Hey, I hate my boss. I'm gonna steal all these MacBook Pros, and I'll sell them to you. You just have to come pick up. You gotta organize the truck and meet me at 6 a.m. We'll load the truck and we'll go." And my friend was like, "Yeah." And so he pulls up to the truck, and he said the guy was really intense. The guy was like, "Okay, go. They load the truck with MacBook boxes, and he's go. Like the camera's gonna be here. You got like 2 minutes. They spend like 3 minutes. My friend's heart's pumping. They slam the door. He drives off, and then as he's driving, he realized I didn't check any of this, and he like gave the guy like a lot of money, whatever it was. Maybe the guy was selling like $200 a MacBook instead of 1,000, but like, this guy bought like maybe 10 or 20 of these.
Yeah.
Pulls over the truck, goes to the back, opens up the MacBook box, and it's a phone book in each box just for weight.
Amazing.
And so then he drives
For
back.
every single one of them.
Every single one of them. It was just MacBook boxes with phone books. Drives back to there. That guy didn't even work at Future Shop.
Oh, right.
That guy just drove to the back loading area, put a whole bunch of MacBook boxes, and pretended like he was like stealing. My friend also was committing real theft.
Yeah.
But at the same time, just never saw him again. Never heard of him. It was just a scam.
Amazing.
That's a good scam.
Good one. That's
scam.
a good one.
How do you get in contact with this Future Shop guy in the jet?
I don't know.
A lot of these con artists have like a code of like, if you're willing to do a bad thing, they don't have to feel guilty because you're already a bad
Right.
guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, would you feel bad if you scam somebody who's trying to steal?
Yeah.
Like, hey.
It's like Robin Hood, but also you're stealing from another poor person.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe that guy's quite well to do. He seems like he has a lot of phone books.
Yeah, he's quite well to do. He's risking it all.
Yeah, he was well to do in the 90s.
Yeah, when
phone books
you
and
couldn't do
Future
it now.
Shop existed. Yeah.
You'd have to fill it with old iPhones.
Yeah.
You ever run any scams, Yami? Or
Me, myself, have I ran any scams?
because the rumor is people around town call you Scott Scamamura.
Ooh. That's because I get scammed so frequently. I am easily
You've
scammed.
never been scammed either, you don't think?
No, I've been
Besides the money
scammed. I told you,
exchange?
but yeah, the money exchange.
But not on a bigger level where you're given a few $100 like these guys.
No, I'm not on a bigger level that I know of. I'm quite. I try and be as what's the word for it?
Skeptical as
Skeptical as possible. Yeah, I trust no one, especially after that Bali incident. Anything that sounds too good to be true, I think is too good to be true. So, honestly, pretty good at not getting scammed. No big deal. Tell your friends.
When you're fixing a truck, does anyone ever try to offer you less money?
Everyone try to offer you like a cool projector for $2,000 that you could get for $150.
On AliExpress.
Yeah.
I think I paid 1,000.
Yeah,
I
you
said
paid enough that it was
850.
like
I think
Yeah, that number keeps going up.
I think I paid 1,000 for it.
Well, that's why I was
Worth
curious when you were
100.
telling the story because I knew I'm like, is this guy gonna say you only paid $300 for this?
Nah, 1,000. I think.
The thing that I think about is when they said, "How much are you willing to pay?" Because most people probably say, "I don't know, $50." When you
should've said
that, when you
$50.
said $1,000, their hearts must have been like,
We got him, guys.
"We got one."
I made up my week.